Opening credits. Camping tips. Turn your trip into an adventure with these amazing hacks. Written by Wesley Jones. Narrated by Rick Parody. Chapter 1. Camping, a great vacation. Camping outdoors is one of the oldest activities a man can do, for man has been sleeping out under the stars or in handmade shelters as a way of living. Camping outdoors can be a lot of fun when you have everything you need or want. When you shop, have a checklist with everything that you will need. Camping outdoors can be comfortable and luxurious as you would like it to be. Your camping vacation and activities may very well be the best time you've ever had outdoors. Camping. For a lot of people, camping is much more than a recreation. Camping outdoors can be one of those activities that can be enjoyed throughout the year and is an activity for all ages, but can be very popular with the kids. When you take the rustic approach, you can enjoy camping by using what nature provides. There is the fresh air, going on nature hikes, fishing, making nature crafts, studying nature itself, and many other activities. Camping can be fun for anyone. A memorable camping trip relies on choosing a great place and being prepared. Equipment. If this is your first camping trip, have the most basic equipment and camping food that you can buy. Buying quality camping supplies and equipment is something you will never regret. Quality camping equipment is vital if you are planning to venture into the woods or the mountains. Your outdoor camping equipment and supplies is only as good as the conditions they are designed for. If you are shopping for discount camping equipment, it is very important that you shop with a reputable dealer. So if you love to camp or just beginning to go camping in style, remember to look first for high-quality equipment and supplies. Remember, to get the full benefit from your outdoor camping equipment and supplies are to keep them clean and serviced. When looking after your outdoor camping equipment and supplies, then they will serve you over a great number of camping fun. Tents. It is very important to know what kind of camping tent that will be best suited for the kind of conditions you will most likely find yourself in. Camping tents are ever more complicated in designs, and it is important that you get one made for the environment that you will be using it in. The tent is the most invaluable piece of equipment that you will take on any camping vacation. It is important that you choose your tent very carefully from the wide selection of tents. Camping tents can be classified by their size, that is, the number of people they can accommodate. From the one-man tent and larger family tents, such as our 4 up to 8-man tent ranges, to cutting-edge, extreme weather geodesic tents and sleeping bags to suit all conditions. 1 to 2 person tents are designed to comfortably fit 1 to 2 people. They are lightweight and generally easy to assemble. Tents for 3 people and up are designed to accommodate more people. These larger tents come not only in dome shapes, but also in marquee dome style. If you are planning on a family camping vacation, there are camping tents that will fit up to 12 comfortably. Most camping tents come with a fly or ruffle cover, which is waterproof, custom made to stop rain from getting into your camping tent, while allowing plenty of ventilation. The 4-season camping tents are usually domed. The dome shape helps snow to slip off them easily. Many come with a vestibule, which is an additional buffer against the rain and wind. Some of the 4-season camping tents contain 2 walls. This helps to keep you warmer in colder climates. The dome tents are fast becoming a very popular tent to use in most places and conditions. Supplies. If this is your first time camping and you have never been out camping anywhere before, it will be hard to know what camping supplies you are going to need. The first important supplies to look at are your survival supplies. These can very well save your life. You can select from a wide range of camping supplies including tents, sleeping bags, and other sleeping gear, backpacks, cookware, stoves, lanterns and flashlights, screen houses, shelters, first aid kits, water purification systems, and hydration packs, plus other miscellaneous camping gear such as tent fittings. Remember to buy the best camping equipment supplies that you can afford, and then look after it. Chapter 2. What to do while camping. Try these top 10 tips. Camping is like taking a relaxing vacation for a day, overnight, or even for the entire weekend. It's the best way to kick back and unwind after a long, hard week of work. You can get rejuvenated with the morning freshness, with clean air and dewy surroundings. The clear, clean water of the nearby lake compel you to try fishing. Camping is a fun and relatively easy outdoor activity. There are many things to do while enjoying camping with your family or friends. Plan out your activities and enjoy a stress-free weekend. To get you started, here are the top 10 things to do. Top 10 ideas for things to do while camping. Number 1. Tracking wildlife. Carry out some basic research using the internet, books, and asking the region's game warden about the various wild animals found in the region. You can ask the park ranger or someone with knowledge to help you track the wild animals. You can learn about the animals, like their paw prints, food, home, gait, and their scat. You can also try bird watching and learn the names of birds specific to the region, their nest, eggs, diet, etc. This is a great way to increase and improve your knowledge about animals and birds in the wild and gain first-hand experience, all the while enjoying the scenery of the great outdoors. Number 2. Hiking. One of the most pleasurable activities of camping is going hiking. Take a walk or ride on your bikes and explore areas you've never seen before. It's a great way to exercise and a team-building activity for family and friends. If you have kids along, they will love the adventure of hiking. Make up a chant or song while hiking to pep up the children. Be sure to do your homework and know the difficulty rating of the hike and to bring plenty of water based on the length of the hike. Number 3. Botany time. The best way to teach children to identify the leaves, berries, flowers, and to help them in differentiating between the poisonous plants and non-poisonous plants and fruits. You can take a book or even a smartphone app on plants along to help you identify different species. It's a fun thing for children to collect plant samples and bring them back to camp. You can teach them to make their very own terrarium, and they can always use it for their science project. It's also a great addition to any scrapbook, or to put in a picture frame to save the memory of the trip. Star watching. When living in the city, we often miss out on gazing at the stars. Sleeping under the open sky on camping nights gives you the chance to learn about the different constellations and stars. It's a great game for kids trying to count the number of stars in the sky and identifying the various constellations. You can even bring a telescope to help you find even more stars and planets. Fishing. There is nothing more satisfying and appetizing than fishing for your food during camping. You can show off your fishing skills to your wife, kids, or friends all the while trying your hand showing your culinary skills. Be sure to see if you need a license and to have any and all the gear you might need to make your fishing experience a fun one. Photography. Capture each beautiful moment or scene in your camera. Photography can prove to be an amazing hobby during camping. This will freeze all the fun and excitement in the picture and inspire you to go for more camping trips. Be sure to have plenty of batteries if you are using a digital camera. You will want to have enough memory cards to store your photos until you get home. Game time. Try out Truth or Dare, Simon Says, Duck Duck Goose, Red Rover, Hide and Seek, Treasure Hunt, or any game that will bring out the kid in you and be fun-filled for your fellow campers. A good deck of cards will take up little room, but provide hours of fun. This can be done around the campfire, at the picnic table, or even sitting in the tent. Elvis time. Sing your favorite tunes around the campfire. If you or someone in your group plays guitar, it's a perfect combination to bring out the Madonnas inside each one of you. Be sure to have fun with this, and everyone joins in. Sometimes, if staying in a campground, they may actually have a talent show or karaoke night you can be a part of. Goosebumps. The tried and tested ghost, adventure, mystery, and thrill stories is one of the many things campers look forward to on their camping trips. Children love the scare, and adults love to hide their fear after hearing the fictional stories. Be sure to be age appropriate and not too scary for the little ones. You can do this while enjoying some smokes around the campfire. Boat ride. Many camping sites offer rafts and boats on rent for campers to enjoy a boat ride in the lake. Or you can take along your boat attached to a trailer of your vehicle. The gentle rowing sounds in the calm waters of the lake will help soothe your nerves. If not a boat, there are areas where you can go tubing, or for the more adventurous types, you could go whitewater rafting. If you enjoy the quiet atmosphere, wilderness, trees, and isolation from the crowded cities, camping is for you. You will get dirty, soaked in dust and mud, yet you will love the experience. There is no internet, cable, or other technological distractions to take away the joy and relaxing mood. Remember, answer your cell phone only if it's an emergency. Do not plan too many things to do while camping, or you will just rush to complete the tasks without savoring the enjoyment. Family camping is a great way to bond with your spouse and children. You can plan things impromptu and come up with unique ideas to have fun. Relax, unwind, appreciate, and relish the freedom when camping. Chapter 3. Preparing for the first camping adventure. There is no better way of enjoying the great outdoors than a one or more night camping with family and friends, or even alone. Before camping, especially the first-timers, you need to become familiar with certain camping etiquettes. The kind of camping gear you need to carry, what kind of camping equipment is available at the camping site, and where to get good quality camping supplies. You can first start by taking the help of a seasonal camper, either by joining them on their next camping trip or getting to know about the camping essentials. One of the basic camping essentials is the shelter like a tent, or a cabin, or even an RV. And the next you will need is a bed, which could range anything from cots and sleeping bags to air mattresses and comforters. Next comes food, and this is dependent on the site you are camping at, number of days you are camping for, etc. Basic camping gear. Tent people going camping for the first time generally carry a tent. The tent is there to protect you from the sun, wind, and rain, and also other nature lovers like mosquitoes, flies, etc. You will also need to store your clothes and other camping equipment inside the tent. Thirdly, the tent provides you a little privacy when you feel like it. Of course, sleeping under the stars has its own beauty, but this can only be done when the weather is good and probably for a few hours, but eventually you will long for the tent. Sleeping bags and pads. You will need sleeping bags to make sleeping on the hard, cold ground a little easier. Most first-time campers prefer summer camping, and generally expensive sleeping bags are not required then. A lightweight sleeping bag will be perfectly fine. At other times, you may need to use padding. Closed-call pads and inflatable pads are some of the varieties available. First, lay the padding on the ground and then lay the sleeping bag over it. Also remember to carry a comfortable pillow. Cooking supplies. Campground cooking has its own taste and pleasure, and those who are used to cooking in their backyard know this pleasure very well. If you don't plan to cook, you can always carry a good stock of cooked drinks, snacks, and sandwiches. And if you are camping at a public campsite, inquire with the organizers. Most of them provide basic cooking equipment like a grill and table. You may want to carry some pots, pans, skillet, and of course a bag of charcoal. Make a list of what you plan to cook and carry the ingredients for the same. Chapter 4: How to experience an easy camping trip. Experiencing a safe, fun-filled camping trip is the thrill of a lifetime. Through careful planning, purchasing easy-to-use, reliable camping gear, and educating your group about safe camping rules, this experience can easily be accomplished. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? If you have never been on a camping trip, now is the time to do so. You do not have to be related to Daniel Boone or any other outdoors person. Just rely on a good leader and follow his or her game plan. Find a camping group and pack your gear. If you are the leader of the group, your first step toward having an easy camping trip should begin with creating a master plan. Determining the length of time you and your group will spend on your trip is crucial. This will depend largely on the activities of the individuals going on the trip, such as work schedules, school sports, and other obligations. If this trip is a new adventure, you will probably want to limit it to a short weekend. If you forget some of the items, you can always manage without them for 2 days and 2 nights. Since this will be your trial run, the items left off your checklist the first time will help you plan better for longer trips, such as on Memorial Day or Labor Day weekends. Secondly, make a checklist of items that will be needed for your comfort. Your master list of items should include such things as the type of shelter, cooking methods, food supplies, and personal hygiene. Tents and grills may be easily remembered. However, there is nothing worse than arriving at your campsite out in the middle of nowhere without toilet tissue. This is a must if you want to have an easy camping trip. Planning for your meals can be quite simple if you utilize a large cooler as storage for all perishables. Ice will last long enough to make it through the first day of food. The cooling time can be extended if you take along several packs of frozen food. Non-perishable foods such as snacks, bread, crackers, peanut butter, and jelly can be stored in an additional large cooler. Coolers help to protect all food items from ants and other uninvited creatures. Leaving large cooking grills behind on your short trips will contribute to an easy camping trip. You will soon discover how efficient some of these small 1 and 2 burners can be. Always plan for entertainment, whether it is group or individual activities. Frisbees, footballs, and other types of balls can keep all ages busy for quite some time. Plan as many group activities as possible. Busy campers are happy campers. If you're able to keep the majority of your campers happy, your easy camping trip will materialize. Roasting wieners or making s'mores over an open campfire will be a rewarding experience. One of my favorite activities was sitting around an open campfire, singing familiar songs and telling tall tales. These activities provide pleasant memories for all ages. The most important part of your plan is to be certain to provide a safe camping environment for your entire group. Before leaving the security of your home, make everyone aware of the dangers that could be lurking around campsites. Some of these dangers are as simple as tent stakes and holes in the surface of the camping grounds, as well as poison ivy or other poisonous plants. Always survey the entire campsite before permitting individuals to strike out on their own. If there is a nearby stream of water, set rules for use of such, as open campfire or improper use of cooking appliances poses a tremendous threat to all campers, especially first-timers. The majority of these dangers can be avoided by simply discussing these potential threats and educating all campers in your group how to handle each situation. To ensure that all minor injuries receive the proper treatment, always carry a well-stocked first aid kit. You don't have to be a doctor or a nurse to treat minor injuries such as cuts, bruises, or sprains. As mentioned previously, just be sure to discuss how to handle various emergencies before you leave the comfort of your home. It is also a good idea to review these procedures when you first arrive at your campsite and call attention to other visible dangers surrounding the campsite. Before leaving for your camping trip, always advise a friend, neighbor, or family member where you are going, the route you are taking to your campsite, and how to get in touch with you in case of an emergency. These simple rules can help you to have an easy camping trip. If you prepare and utilize a good master plan for your first camping trip, you should be able to say, "We have experienced an easy camping trip filled with fun, yet safe." If you can make this statement about your first camping trip, you will be experiencing many more camping trips using your well-developed master plan. What a way to enjoy your friends and family. Chapter 5. List of items you need for camping vacation. Number 1. Tent, camp chairs, propane stove, camp beds, sleeping bags, collapsible camp tubs. Number 2. First aid kit, for your medical needs that do not require very serious situations. Number 3. Map. If you're not familiar with the place you want to camp at, you really need a map because you might get lost. Number 4. Weather report. Make sure to update yourself with a weather report or else you may find yourself in the path of a tornado. Number 5. Refuse bags. Keep your environment clean. Whenever you camp, put your rubbish in the refuse bag. Number 6. Rope. At least 10 meters long. You may need it to tie something or to tow a car. Number 7. Canned food. They will not go bad quickly in case you overstay. Number 8. Water bottles. Always take 5 more bottles than you need. The radiator might leak unexpectedly. Number 9. Proper clothing. If you camp in the jungle, you really need a hat. Snakes from branches above will strike your head. Number 10. Torch and new batteries, for lighting in the dark. Number 11. Matchbox and cigarette lighter. Matchbox can be soaked by the rain, but not the cigarette lighter. Number 12. Shovel. Good for digging a hole for a temporary toilet. Also can help when your vehicle is stuck in the sand. Number 13. An axe, for cutting firewood. Number 14. Plates and cups. It is up to you to choose whether you need disposable ones or not. Number 15. Pots. It is up to you to decide the size and the number you need. Number 16. Paper towels. Get them according to your needs. Number 17. Spare wheel. Can be of great help in case one of your tires gets torn. Number 18. A set pack of vehicle tools. It should always be in your car. Number 19. Knives. Get them according to your needs. Number 20. Laptops and cell phones. These are optional. Other people need constant connection with the world, and others need privacy when camping. Number 21. Extra money. You might need to hire somebody to tow your car. Number 22. Fuel. Ensure that there is sufficient fuel for your trip. It is wise to carry extra fuel in jerry cans. Number 23. Binoculars. They will bring distant objects closer to you. Number 24. Compass, for assisting you to be precise with directions. Number 25. Calculator. You will probably need to quantify something. Avoid carrying solar-powered calculators. They are not reliable. Number 26. Wristwatch. There are certain tasks that will require you to time yourself. Number 27. A can opener to open up those cans of food. Chapter 6. General tips on camping. Number 1. Health. Do not go camping with your friends when not feeling well. You may spoil their vacation. Number 2. Environment. Avoid doing things that will harm the area that you are camping at. Number 3. Food. When camping at sites that are infested with lions and hyenas, avoid carrying raw meat as the scent of meat can attract these animals to your camp. Number 4. Flashing lights. Flashing lights at night will scare away animals from your camp. Number 5. Avoid areas where there are mudslides. Number 6. Avoid areas where there are sinkholes. Number 7. Avoid areas close to blasting sites. Number 8. If you're going to camp at an area where malaria, sleeping sickness are prevalent, you must see your doctor to prescribe for you the medication that will protect you from these two diseases. They are very dangerous and can terminate your life or harm your brain, leaving you mentally disturbed. Chapter 7. Camping Toilets. Choosing the best camping toilet for your needs. Camping toilets can enhance our camping experience a lot. As in other areas in our lives, the small things are those that count, and the same can be said for camping toilets. Most camping toilet facilities that are available in campsites are usually poorly maintained and not very clean. Although when camping, it is understandable that you're not going to be able to keep your personal hygiene levels like you can at home, but a certain minimum is also required when camping. This is where portable camping toilets come into play, since they enable us to avoid the usage of dirty toilet seats, and thus reducing our exposure to potential pathogen bacteria that reside on unclean toilet seats. If you do not have access to your own camping toilet, and you are forced to use a toilet facility, you do not need to panic, since there's a small chance of you contracting a harmful virus or bacteria from a dirty toilet seat. These toilets also prove themselves to be their money's worth when we need to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. Unless you are really brave, most people find it difficult to get to the toilet facility in the middle of the night. You never know what can happen in the lightless camping area. This is why having a camping toilet can be a very clever idea. There are two main types of camping toilets, simple and complex. Simpler in design, camping toilets are generally made of a light metal frame with a seat that has a hole in the middle. They are almost identical to a foldable chair except that they have a hole in the middle of the seat. Usually these kinds of types require you to also have some bags in which you can capture the feces. One of the main concerns with using these types of toilets is that the bags for containing the poop are made out of plastic, which is not nature-friendly. In recent times, we have seen the arrival of biodegradable bags, which help reduce our impact on nature. The main advantage for these types of camping toilets is their price. Because their design is not that complicated, they are easy to be produced, and thus the price is lower. On the other hand, we have the bulkier, more complex camping toilets that are more robust and can be used for a number of times before emptying them, since they have a large storage tank for the waste. Some of them also have a water storage tank, which enables us to flush the poop in a manner and a lot similar to our home toilets. These types of camping toilets are in most cases bulky in design, which increases their size and weight, thus rendering them a bit less portable. They are best suited for people that are not willing to change the waste bag every time they need to go to use the toilet and are not willing to carry a camping toilet with them on a hike. Since these types of camping toilets are more complicated in design, they cost a bit more. When using these types of camping toilets, we need to use different liquid or powder agents that liquefy and neutralize the produced waste. More often than not, these solving and odor neutralizing agents are harmful to the environment. Nonetheless, it is possible to find these agents that are environmentally friendly. You just have to look for them. The main advantage of these types of camping toilets is their capacity and versatility. Complex camping toilets can hold a lot of waste, which means no need for frequent emptying, and they can be used almost anywhere. You can place them in a caravan. They can serve you as a backup toilet in the house for emergencies, etc. Either way you choose, you can't go wrong. Both of the described types of camping toilets are far superior compared to the dirty camping toilet facilities. So if you want to have an even better camping experience, then be sure to get your hands on a camping toilet. Chapter 8. The Overnight Camping Experience. 7 Ways to Prepare Your Child. So your child has reached that magical stage in their life when they are finally ready to pack their bags and head off to overnight camp. No mom or dad, no family pets, no familiar environment, no school friends, no extended family. If this sounds a little frightening, then read on. Most kids do really well at overnight camp, while a small number may struggle. How can you, as a parent, ensure your child has the time of her life? Here are some tips. Number 1. Make sure your child is ready to make the leap. Just because you had your first successful camp experience at 8 years old doesn't mean all children are ready at that age. If your child responds with enthusiasm to the idea of overnight camp, chances are he is ready. If he has already spent weekends away from your family and returned longing for more, then it's a pretty good bet overnight camp will be a successful experience. A child with a positive self-image who is outgoing, can advocate reasonably for himself, responds well to time away from family, makes friends readily, and is excited by new experiences will most likely love overnight camp at an early age. A hesitant, shy child who longs for home? Well, you get the idea. Number 2, involve your child in the selection process. And make this part of the excitement. Decide together how long the camp experience should be and what kind of activities your child would like to take part in. The most important deciding factor when selecting a camp may not be the location, activities, or facilities, but the camp philosophy. That's why it's important to read the brochure and websites carefully and meet with the director, if possible. How do they select their staff? Do they have a religious affiliation? What are their views on supervision? How do they tackle homesickness, bullying, and other issues? Do they offer a competitive or collaborative approach? Finding out as much as you can about a camp is the biggest guarantee of finding the best fit for your child. Number 3, stay positive about the camp experience. Once the final camp selection has been made, the biggest mistakes parents make is disrupting their child's enthusiasm with their own nerves. It can often be harder for a parent to be away from their child than it is for the child. But your child does not need to be burdened with this. It's natural for you to worry. But if your anxieties are conveyed to your child, then they may become hesitant about the experience. Never promise a child they can come home if they get homesick. This could guarantee failure. Convey to your child that you are excited for her and you know it's going to be a great experience. Number 4, fill in camp forms fully and honestly. Many children who struggle at camp do so because a parent failed to disclose all necessary information to the camp directors. One summer, our camp welcomed a young boy who was belligerent and withdrawn. Other campers shied away from him, and his counselors were puzzled by his behavior. It was over a week before we learned he had been violently bullied at school and was terrified the same thing might happen at camp. With better information, we could have helped this child settle into camp much more quickly. Other details parents have neglected to tell us include recent deaths in the family, negative experiences at other camps, recent broken bones, and suspected eating disorders. It is the goal of all camps to give young people safe and positive summer experiences. But if parents fail to provide full details about the needs of their children, then this can be difficult to do. Number 5. Involve your child in all preparations. Read through everything the camp says, together. Go through the packing list, together. Shop together, pack together. Inviting a child to participate in all aspects of preparation encourages anticipation and self-reliance. Number 6. Prepare your child for what to expect. Camp food may be really good, and it usually is, but it will be different from home. Sleeping in a bunk bed with other kids all around is going to be different. Waking and bedtime hours, the bathrooms, the daily schedule, all may require an adjustment for your child. Discuss these things together and positively. Going to bed with your friends all around you is an adventure, even if someone snores a bit. Most camp websites provide examples of menus and daily schedules, so you can review these together. Camp teaches adaptability, and kids are always more adaptable if they learn that change equals adventure, not fear. Number 7. Make sure your child can take care of herself. At overnight camp, kids have to do a certain amount for themselves. They must unpack their own bags, wash and shower by themselves, sort their own laundry, make their beds, decide what to wear, remember to brush their teeth, and select healthy food choices. A child who can easily do most of these things for himself or herself is unlikely to find at camp a tough adjustment. But taking care of yourself can mean more than just personal hygiene. Does your child understand the importance of speaking out if she is too cold, not feeling well, being treated unfairly, or has a personal need that is not being met? The ability to advocate for themselves need not be sophisticated. Chatting to a friendly counselor is all that is required. But it can make the difference between a smooth and difficult camp experience. Oh, and if your child gets homesick at camp, don't panic. All camp directors have seen parents respond to homesickness with the knee-jerk reaction, often resulting in a child being removed from camp early, when they really have no desire to leave. It's normal for children to experience some degree of homesickness when they first attend overnight camp. It's also normal for a child to over-dramatize a situation to parents on the phone. A few summers ago, a mildly homesick camper at our camp was heard to report to a parent over the phone that she was miserable, had no friends, and wanted to come home. Instead of calling the camp office to discuss the issue, the parents drove 4 hours up to the camp. After the call, their daughter immediately ran off to the pool with a bunch of her friends, arm in arm and laughing. The parents arrived expecting to find her sobbing in a corner somewhere. Instead, they saw a happy, well-adjusted, and thriving camper who told them in no uncertain terms that she wasn't leaving. Don't overreact if your child seems less than happy, but always contact the directors to discuss the issue. With open communication and true partnership between camp staff and their parents, solutions are usually found. Overnight camp is an important and exciting milestone in the life of your child, and with a little preparation and forethought, can be one of the most thrilling and memorable experiences they will ever have. Chapter 9. How to stay clean while you are camping. Staying clean in the wild. Going camping and cleanliness seem to be almost opposite goals. After all, the very act of camping means going out into nature, living with the animals, subjecting yourself to the elements, and cooking, eating, and sleeping on the ground. Nonetheless, cleanliness throughout your camp-out experience is both crucial to the day in, day out life in camp and to your health and mental serenity throughout the time that you are roughing it. The actual challenge of camping is finding ways to have a good quality of life without many of the niceties that our modern lifestyle affords us. For the most part, few of us go camping because we have to. We camp for recreation and probably for relatively short periods of time. Nevertheless, good hygiene and camp cleanliness is essential for everyone's well-being and to ensure that you stay organized and go to bed each night knowing you camped well. As with anything that leads to your success in camping, preparation makes the difference. Part of being prepared for camping and making it possible for you to stay clean over several days in camp comes from knowing what to expect. So check the weather forecast for the area where you will be camping so that, if there is rain predicted, you can come prepared to clean up some wet and muddy campers. But even if the forecast is clear and dry, it always pays to be prepared for any sudden change in the weather while camping. So there are some things you should always do for every campout to keep your campsite clean and your campers that way too. Good camping gear can help you maintain some level of civilized cleanliness during the campout. A well-sealed tent can keep water out, so even if some dust or dirt gets inside, it won't turn your tent interior into a mudslide. Also, bring plenty of cleaning supplies to wipe down tables, clean up dirty tent floors, and to clean up campers as well. Other than that, the best preparation is going to the campsite knowing full well that your camping crew is going to get dirty and being ready to clean them up for meals and bedtime. During the camp day, your standards of cleanliness can be a bit more relaxed. After all, if the kids come back from the camp playground covered in dust, but the next activity is a hike to the lake, just getting them to a basic health level of cleanliness, such as clean faces and hands, is probably sufficient. You can allow the dirt to become part of their uniforms of a camping family and just relax for a while and let them have fun. Obviously, in the campsite itself, cleanliness means keeping litter and trash picked up and put away in trash sacks. To keep the trash well isolated and secured, tie your trash sack to an elevated object, such as a tent upright or a tree limb, so everybody can find the current working trash bag and continue to add to it throughout the camping day and evening. But also stage periodic policing events to get the litter up from the campsite and during the time when everybody is back in base camp. By the time you are ready to bed the crew down, the campsite should be clean and the trash taken away to discourage animals from investigating it in the night. There is no reason to abandon basic hygiene while camping. Some campgrounds have bathrooms which may even have showers. But even if there are no showers available, each camper can go to the restroom area and take a hand towel, soak it in clean water, and give themselves a sponge bath before changing into clean clothes before bed. Cleaning up in this manner is crucial for the ongoing health and cleanliness of the camping experience. Be sure you pack plenty of clean changes of clothes for each camper. Everybody should sleep after washing off and changing into completely clean clothing. Wearing soiled clothing to bed, even if it is only soiled with sweat and the body fluids, makes those clothes less able to keep the camper warm in the night, and they can cause rashes as they sleep and can be a draw for insects or animals who smell those dirty things and know that they can find sleeping humans, and where sleeping humans are, they can often find food. So make sure everyone changes clothes before bed, and that dirty clothes are bagged and stored away from the sleeping campers. The essentials of changes of clothes and of shoes will make all the difference in maintaining a happy campsite over several days. Campers should know never to bring dirty or wet boots or shoes into their tents. Bring 2 or more changes of shoes, so if they find the shoes they are wearing during the day are unacceptably filthy, they can have fresh shoes for the morning, while their old shoes are cleaned and dried. An ample supply of large trash bags should be your best defense in isolating and securing dirty items to be returned home for cleaning. Each camper should be supplied with a trash bag to dump their dirty clothes into. Then, after camp is over, all bags of dirty items can be tied off and taken home to be cleaned properly in the laundry. These basic cleanliness steps that you can think through before you ever pull out to go camping will make keeping a clean campsite organized and moving forward each day so much easier. It is a strategy that does not try to deny that camping brings people in contact with dirt, but it recognizes that getting dirty is part of the fun of camping and puts routines and resources in place that everyone can return to a base level of cleanliness each day, at least sufficient to stay healthy and happy for the next day's camping fun. Chapter 10. Camping Sites. How to choose the best one. Selecting camping sites. When it comes to selecting camping sites, the right choice can help create memories that are made that can last a lifetime. The experience of living in the great outdoors, if only for a short time, alongside Mother Nature's lush green trees and crisp, cool breeze, is simply extraordinary. Let's face it, with our busy schedules and hectic, fast-paced lives, when do we get the opportunity to stop and appreciate what camping outdoors has to offer? Camping gives us the chance to have a stress-free, I'm not trying to impress anyone type of attitude. While camping itself is great, it can really only be that way if you choose the proper camping site location. A poor location can result in a terrible experience, and no one wants to have that as a lasting memory. That said, let's discuss how to select the best form of all the available camping sites out there. First off, there is nothing like finding the perfect camping site. While there may be some differences of opinion on what one looks for in a great camping site, there are some basic core expectations. You will want a relatively flat surface that is free of rocks and stumps. This will make for a much more pleasant sleeping experience. Generally speaking, shade is a must, as it will provide a cooler spot on those warm summer afternoons. Regardless, however, we have a tendency to label a place as the best, relying only on one's own personal experience at a particular campsite. Nevertheless, the basis of what makes for a perfect campsite will depend on a few additional variables discussed below. How long will you be camping? The length of your camping trip will play a large role when wanting to consider the appropriate space needed when choosing the ideal camping site. For example, camping in a forest for a month or more versus a national park for just a weekend will certainly entail some very different gear that needs to be taken into consideration. Another thing to think about is if you can do without certain facilities on a weekend trip. The idea of not having a hot shower, or what's called a pit toilet, basically a permanent version of a porta potty, may not appeal to everyone. However, if we are thinking about something like a month's stay in the wilderness, the toilet and shower accommodations probably need to be fairly nearby and easily accessible. Not to mention people who would be staying for an even longer duration will require some means to communicate to the outside world. Remember, you are in the woods, and cell signals are not always available. Furthermore, the great outdoors does not have Wi-Fi, so connectivity issues have to also be considered. You will also want to camp close to a camping store, so that you can restock your food and water supplies on a regular basis. Generally, a camping store can also provide items like firewood, bug spray, first aid items, as well as tent repair kits if needed. And of course, all the things to make a good s'more around the nightly campfire. Regardless of how long you camp, in order to pick the right site, you need to be prepared. Type of camping. Now, your choice of camping site depends on the type of camping you plan on doing. Are you planning on roughing it during the trip, or would you prefer to have all the comforts of home to be present at the camping site as well? If you are looking to stay in a commercial campground, such as KOA or Yogi Bear, then you will probably have electricity, hot water, Wi-Fi, and even cable connections provided. If you are going for a more primitive campsite, then they will only offer the basic necessities such as cold tap water and toilets. Also, if it's a leisure trip, you might not want to have any other campers near you. Try to select a site that gives you maximum privacy from neighboring campers. If you're taking a backpacking trip, then this will not be as big a deal, since you won't be around the campsite as much during the day. Then again, if you would rather not want to be disturbed by the noises of kids playing around, then you should probably choose an adults-only campground. Any and all these factors will make a big difference when it comes to choosing the best camping site. Chapter 11. How to avoid the negatives of camping. Camping is one of America's greatest traditions. However, many people make common mistakes when venturing out to the great outdoors. The following article has some helpful advice on how you can make your next camping trip more enjoyable, while also remaining as safe as possible. Read on to learn some key camping tips. A great tip for anyone that is going camping is to take plenty of water. In this case, there is absolutely no such thing as too much water. Plan out how much water you will need, and then try to at least double the amount just to be on the safe side. A large number of camping-related injuries are due directly to carelessness with fire, so be sure to use fire with caution. First, in the camping area, make sure that the fires are allowed. Set a ring of stones around the fire to keep it contained. Never leave children unattended near an open fire. Whenever you are near any type of plants, always wear clothing that will cover you from head to toe. This will help prevent you from breaking out during your camping stay. Although this may only be a mild breakout, you could be allergic to certain plants, which could put you at serious risk. Wearing clothing will prevent this from occurring. Before you set out on your camping trip, take the time to check the weather forecast for the area that you will be visiting. There are many great websites that can also give you a good idea of what weather is typical for the area during the time you plan to visit. With the right weather information, you can be prepared with the proper clothing and equipment. If camping with children, place each set of their clothing in a zippered plastic bag or a tied plastic grocery bag. By sorting and packing their clothes in this manner, each morning your child can grab a package and have an entire outfit of clothing for the day. When it is time to go to bed at night, each child can stuff the soiled clothing back into the plastic bag and place it back into their suitcase and not soil the unworn clothing. Always pack a roll of duct tape when you go camping. Tents are usually more durable than they used to be, but they can still get torn. The right strip of duct tape can mean sleeping dry at night after your tent has suffered damage during a day that was more exciting than you wanted. Talk to everyone in your next camping party about the health of their backs. Some might not be able to sleep on hard ground or need more than a standard mat or cushion. Also, portable or foldable stools might be needed around the campfire, as constant standing or sitting on the ground is not good for their spine. When packing for your camping trip, do not forget chairs and a radio. One of the best parts of camping is sitting around the campfire. You could sit on an old log, but why bother when you can pack chairs and be comfortable? The radio is for entertainment, sitting around the fire. An even better idea is to bring your guitar for a sing-along. Think folding chairs when packing for your camping trip. You'll want folding chairs to sit in around the campfire. The best types of folding chairs are those that have a case with a strap. This type of chair makes it easy to tote when hiking or visiting other campers. If you are camping and the weather is starting to increase significantly, take the coolers that you have with you and put them somewhere in the shade. It will also help to keep them covered with some type of tarp. This will keep the temperature inside the cooler from rising too much. You need to carry water that is clean if you will not have access to a safe spring or to clean tap water when you are camping. You can either carry your own water in bottles or bring some iodine with you to sanitize nearby water. You can also use a water filter or boil water for around 10 minutes. You should carry a survival knife on your camping trips. This portable knife can be used for hunting, for protection, and for a signal if you need help. You need to carry one that is durable, so try to invest in a quality knife from a camping store. Having an item that provides illumination is very helpful for a camping trip. Bringing a flashlight is crucial. Since the batteries can run out at any time, you should pack some extra ones in an airtight container. You may also want to carry a small LED torch and a flare gun to be prepared for any dark situations. When you are leaving away on camping, make sure that you are taking the accessories like matchsticks, cooking essentials, torch, flashlight, and hand cleaners. Few days ahead of the camp, gather any other items that you might need, as it will be difficult to procure them near the campsite. Protect yourself from disease-carrying ticks while on your camping trip. Always dress in light-colored clothing while in the wooded areas, so that ticks can be easily seen. Check your body frequently for ticks during the day. Use a tick repellent to discourage ticks and other biting insects. Tuck your pants into your socks for added protection. If you don't like to drink water, you will be in real trouble on a long camping trip. Water is essential to staying hydrated, so if you really hate the taste, purchase some one-use lemonade and add it to bottles of water. This will keep you hydrated throughout your adventure. Chapter 12. Boost your outdoor camping with these tips. We have the attributes of nature. We take care of our everyday life with no change. A great way to change our routine is to plan a week-long camping trip. A good way to enjoy a few days, leave the city to enjoy outdoor areas and see what nature offers. But you need the right camping equipment to make your trip easier. First, you need a tent to find shelter and safety while you sleep. Best to try your tent before leaving. Put it behind the house and make sure there are no holes in the tent. If you get to the chosen camp zone, you want to install your tent when you get there, so you can relax and enjoy the marvels of nature. You will enjoy the best outdoor camping experience and enjoy the nature of the surroundings. Fresh air, surrounding trees and mountains, or maybe even a nearby lake. Modern tents and family camping supplies. Do you pay for the next outing? It may take time to look at tents and modern family supplies. Everything is always improving, and we could improve for the better. You can cut the old tent your father gave you and update it for a new one at the store. When you search for camping equipment and different family tents, you need to visit the internet. The internet is not just as much to offer for camping supplies, but you will find the perfect bargain waiting. Tents and equipment. Determining what components you need can be a challenge. Here you can decide on the quality of the camping tent and of the stock. These include the luggage bags and other utensils, chairs, cooking utensils, pots, flashlights, lanterns, screen shelters, first aid kit, water storage, accessories for tents, furniture, and so much more. Get solid brands and have the best value for your money. Have your laundry clean after each trip to make sure it is ready for your next camping trip. A camping trip can be a very busy and fun experience. Now think of the following: walking through the desert with lanterns, barbecue smells, the social life that includes an outdoor trip. Camp camping creates the memories you and your children will carry on forever. This ensures that the tradition continues throughout to the next generations. When searching the internet to decide what tent to buy, be sure to read the reviews from other parties. You can also see what other consumers think of the retail stores and make it easier to buy your exact needs. Be sure to buy the brand that you trust. If you trust the store to protect your family from the elements, it's important to invest in quality. If you buy a good tent, likely you can use it for the next few years if you care for the equipment. Tents are a great investment. Tents allow you to plan weekends with your family without worrying about expensive hotel reservations. The comforts of a quality tent and a good camping equipment justify investing in them. They accommodate you and your children with a home away from home for many, many of the coming years. Chapter 13. Tent Camping. 7 reasons why tent camping is the best way to camp. Picture waking up to the sound of birds chirping, the wind rustling in the trees. You are comfortably snuggled in flannel softness, ready to start your day. Sounds great, doesn't it? That is what tent camping is all about. And you don't have to be experienced to do it. Here are the 7 reasons why tent camping is the best way to camp. Number 1. It's affordable. Nothing beats tent camping for affordability. With just a tent and tarp, you can be set to go on a great camping adventure. The great thing about tent camping is you can literally decide the night before that you want to go camping the next day, and off you go. Of course, you will probably want to add to the list with a few extras. A sleeping bag, an air mattress, or a pad is a nice extra. But a sheet and some blankets will do just as well. A tarp and some rope is a good idea, especially if you run into rain during your trip. You can hang the tarp above your tent and attach it to the tree trunks surrounding your tent. This makes for a great umbrella for your tent, and will keep you dry in the event of an unforeseen rainstorm. Number 2. Unlimited camping locations. There is virtually no limit to where you can go tent camping. Unlike RV and pop-up camping, tent camping can be done just about anywhere provided you have permission. And really, there are enough public campgrounds throughout the United States to choose from. Tent camping makes it ideal to camp close to home, which is especially good if you are trying it out for the first time. In fact, camping in your own backyard is an excellent way to do a trial run before you commit to a longer trip. Number 3. Being close to nature. Tent camping is a great way to see nature up close. If you live in a large city, this is a great way to see nature at its finest. Want a lake view? Just find a lake with a campground and you are all set. Love the beach? The same thing applies. Many lakes and beaches have campgrounds that cater to tent campers. Number 4. Minimal preparation. Got the tent and sleeping gear? Just add a flashlight, charcoal, food, a few folding chairs, and a container for water, and you're ready to go. Sounds too simple? Well, you could add to the list, but the point is, tent camping can be done with minimal preparation, and you can still enjoy yourself. Number 5. Easy to set up. Tent camping is the easiest form of camping for setting up. The way tents are made these days, it only takes a few minutes to have the tent unpacked and assembled. Dome tents are usually the easiest to set up and usually come with easy-to-follow instructions. It's much easier for 2 people, but even 1 person can put together a dome tent. Number 6. Kids love tents. Kids love camping in tents. Aren't your kids already playing tent in your house with sheets? Tent camping is a great way for families to have a vacation with minimal amount of expense and effort. It's also a great way to get your kids involved in helping set up camp. They will enjoy watching or helping you assemble the tent. Who knows, you might be able to sit back and watch them set up the tent. Number 7. Anyone can do it. Tent camping is something that doesn't require experience. Anyone can enjoy tent camping, young and old alike. Just a love of the outdoors and a willingness to try something new, and anyone can become a tent camper. Chapter 14: Camping: The Essentials of Camping Recipes. Whenever you travel by road, eating right is a big challenge. And if you like camping, then you might consider eating fast food or food which is pre-packed, which would solve your problem of food with no hassle. These days, the advanced camping equipments that are available can turn any one of your recipes into a tasty recipe for camping that will keep your family going on the food scene, irrespective of where you station your camping tent. The entire cooking scene depends on the cooking equipment that you carried for the camping. If you planned your camping well, much in advance, then there are more chances that you may be carrying all the required cookware for camping. This will make your cooking really comfortable at the campsite. But in case you have not planned your camping trip well, and then you must have to face some difficulties with cooking on the road. In case you are camping in an RV, then you will not have to worry about any of this as you will be equipped and prepared for everything. You can cook, stew, bake, and turn any of your favorite recipes into your camping recipe. In spite of having the facilities to cook, you should be ready with the recipes prior to the start of your camping trip. Prepare the ingredients required for the camping recipe in advance to avoid elaborate cooking at the campsite. Camping recipes can be obtained from cookbooks and also from various websites, which will give you plenty of choices for camping recipes and also important tips to ease the problem of cooking at a campsite. To make your camping recipes more tastier, consider combining various spices to change the taste and also the essence. But try these recipes at home and then decide whether you should be trying this as your camping recipe or not. Also, while deciding on the camping recipes, choose the camping recipes which will require similar kind of spices. This way, you can further save storage space and can also work on as many recipes as you like. For instance, if you plan a camping recipe as cheeseburgers, then choose a cheese which can also be used for cheese sandwiches. This cheese should also be used for nachos or shredded on tacos. The leftover hamburger can be turned into ground beef for hash or chili. Be imaginative and decide your camping recipe meals well ahead and pack as efficiently as you can, and also try avoiding wastage. If you decide to take your grill with you for the selected camping recipes, or are going to the campsite, which has barbecue grills available, then it is quite obvious you will be using camping recipes that involve using a grill. If you have camped before, you would know the most conventional method for grilling used by campers is wrapping meat in foil paper and desired vegetables, and this foil pack is directly placed on the coals. Foil bags are also available in which you can pack the ingredients and place it on coal after sealing it. It is convenient to cut a slit to check the meat on and off. When the meat is done, you can simply slice it and serve. Cleaning for this is also very simple, and that is only throwing away the foil bag. Closing credits. This has been Camping Tips. Turn your trip into an adventure with these amazing hacks. Written by Wesley Jones. Narrated by Rick Parody. Copyright 2018 by Wesley Jones. Production copyright 2018 by Wesley Jones.